Justice is definitely when when they catch the people that's involved in this whole case, and the people involved that's linked to the all the hits and stuff. My brother was one of them, but yeah, I just hope that they catch everyone involved. So we know it's not just the hit; it comes from higher places, and yeah, we really hope that they catch the people that's involved.
17 zika-December 2025, iMadlanga Commission of Inquiry yanikeza uPresident Cyril Ramaphosa iripoti yabo yokuqala eyayinama-recommendations athize. Okuthe ngoJanuwari, uPresident wasazisa ukuthi emveni kokuba eseyibhekile leya report wabona nama-recommendations, uthathe isinqumo sokuthi uNational Commissioner kanye noMinister uProfessor Feroz Khatchaliya wamaphoyisa ngokubambisana funeka aba-Canditas team ezo-investigator labantu ababaliwe laphaya abavela ku-SAPS, abanye bevela ekurhuleni, ukuthi labantu laba aba-investigatwe cause i-commission ibhalile ukuthi there's prima facie evidence ngalabo bantu. Uma isimo siphoqa ukuthi labo bantu laba baboshwe ngoba ubufakazi buvela ukuthi labo bantu abaprosecutwe bavele phambi kwenkantolo, akube njalo. Ngakho-ke emveni kokuba ememezele leyo task team leyo, uNational Commissioner-ke wayenza i-media briefing, wasichazela ukuthi baqalile manje bayasebenza, bahlanganisa i-team ukuze benze umsebenzi njengokuyalelwa uPresident. Futhi uPresident ushilo wathi ufisa bengathi bengenza izinto ngokushesha. Ngoba bekune-media briefing izolo abekanayo kanye no-General Rutsani Maphwanya owu-Chief we-South African National Defence Force, ushilo ukuthi umuntu osolakalayo noma abasolwa ecaleni lokubulawa kukaMarius van der Merwe owaziwa ngo-Witness D owatestifya kuMadlanga Commission uboshiwe uzovela enkantolo osukwini lanamuhla. Ngempela akuvelile lo bhuti lo okuyena osolakalayo.
Today is the 16th of March 2026, case number A203 of 2026, State versus Matipandile Sotheni.
Yena kubhuti lo osolakala ukuthi kuyena owadubula uMarius van der Merwe, futhi eminye imininingwane evelayo ngayo ukuthi uyi-former Special Task Force member. Isithombe sakhe lisosibona la kwi-screen. So he's highly trained. Makuza nje endabeni zokudubula, he's highly trained because bathi uyi-former Special Task Force member. Ngizokucaphunela uBrigadier Adlenda Mathe asichazele ngokwenzekile nokuzokwenzeka. Ngicela uzwe la.
In the blue uniform. So this is the first big case for the Madlanga task team. The task team that was established by the National Commissioner, General Fanny Masemola, on instruction by the President to look into criminal cases that are related to the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. So this team was established in early February, and on the 8th of February, they started with investigating this particular murder, the murder of Marius van der Merwe. So when we look at this case, we take it back to, it's got links to the murder of Emmanuel Mbenze in 2022. Everything starts there. Because when Witness D appeared before the Madlanga Commission, he implicated certain individuals. And following that, our investigation does indicate that you will recall that Witness D, I think, testified before the Madlanga Commission early November. By the end of November, these suspects started then following him, tailing him. So we can say that the plan to eliminate him came after he appeared before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry and he implicated certain individuals in the murder of Emmanuel Mbenze. So they started tailing him end of November, and on the 5th of December, just after 8:30, they executed their plan. They eliminated him to silence him, because our investigation tells us that he knew a lot. He had already deposed an affidavit before the Madlanga Commission that was implicating quite a few individuals. Then fast forward to right after Marius van der Merwe, witness D, was killed. The SAPS in Gauteng, our Gauteng detectives, then took 2 people into questioning. The first, Viandre Pretorius, who we believe was the main suspect in the murder of Marius van der Merwe. Fast forward to February, he then commits suicide at a filling station. And you will recall that I had indicated at that time that he was our primary suspect, Viandre Pretorius, in the murder of witness D. Upon further investigation, I think the team worked quite hard piecing evidence together, gathering all information. They then find that there were about 2 people in that car. You'll recall that it was a drive-by shooting on the night that witness D was killed. And according to our investigation, the gunman who shot witness D shot him from the car. And that could only be possible if you've got a highly trained gunman to do so. He shot 2 shots, and witness D was killed by 1 shot. So it tells you that given the background of Sotheni, they knew that Sotheni would do a clean job. He would execute and eliminate witness D on the spot because of his training, because of the training that our special task force members receive. So they knew that he was the best person for the job. So we then continued with investigations, and according to our investigation, Viandre Pretorius on that evening was the driver of the Suzuki Swift that was used in the drive-by shooting. And Sotheni was then in the passenger seat, and he pulled the trigger. 2 shots, 1 shot that killed Marius van der Merwe. So our overwhelming evidence then places them both on the scene. And it also tells us that this particular Suzuki Swift was the one that was driven by Sotheni while he was tailing witness D for quite some time, starting off from the end of November up until that hit was executed on the 5th of December. So the SAPS has been quite hard at work. The detectives have been on the ground, and we unfortunately did find out that the Suzuki Swift belongs actually to the girlfriend of Sotheni. So the team has worked hard in this particular case. We brought the murder charges, conspiracy to commit murder, but at the time that he was arrested, he was found with hundreds of various caliber of ammunition as well, which is quite concerning. But those charges will be added at a later stage, I think. But I think the NPA will then elaborate further on the charges that Sotheni is facing. At this stage, we cannot rule out the possibility of further arrests, but we are quite confident that we have the shooter, the gunman who pulled the trigger on that evening that killed witness D. We are continuing with investigations where we are following up on several individuals that we think would have also had a hand in this particular murder. Like I indicated, witness D implicated several individuals before the Madlanga Commission, and I think people started panicking because they knew that he knew too much. He became a threat, he became a danger to them, and that's when the plan to execute him was then born. And then it was then executed, and here we are now. So well done to the team. I think within less than a month of them starting with investigations, they've done quite great work. They've seized the car that was used in the drive-by shooting. We've got the gunman, and we do believe that the driver of that vehicle that evening committed suicide in February. We are still looking for the AK-47 because our ballistics team that was on the scene that evening did highlight that the firearm that was used in the killing of Witness D, it is an AK-47. So we have obtained the J51, the search and seizure warrants, to check several properties where we think that Sotheni may have hid the weapon. So we are still looking for that AK-47, but in terms of arrest, we think we've got our guy. We've got the person who killed Witness D.
Engobuzwa echaza kuBrigadier Athlenda Mathe ukuthi lensizwa abayibambile is highly trained because special task force batrainwa ngayo yonke indlela. Bezothi lo muntu ututshulwe imoto ihamba azange bame behle emotweni bamdubule, cha, badubule imoto ihamba. And umuntu ongakwenza lokho onale training abayishoyo ye-special task force, ibhlungu ke lento mawuyizwa, ibhlungu ngempela ngoba i-state siya-investa kulabantu kodwa baqinisile abathi imali impande yesona. I-state asibhadali njengama-private security company.
As today, this morning, quite an unfortunate day for us as the SAPS, having a former member of the SAPS being arrested on a very serious charge in relation to the murder of Witness D, Marius van der Merwe. Let me start off with the background of the accused that appeared this morning. Matipandile Sotheni is a former member of the SAPS. He joined the ranks in 2005, and in 2010 he joined the Special Task Force. You will know that the Special Task Force is the SAPS's elite team, highly trained, highly specialized members. It costs a lot to train Special Task Force members, and that is why it's so unfortunate that a highly trained, specialized former member can appear in court on such a serious charge. So he resigned from the SAPS in 2019, and from our investigation, he then went into the private sector. And it is quite unfortunate that our tactical operators are being targeted by your private companies, by individuals that are wealthy, to protect them and guard them. But now we see today they end up doing such being involved in such heinous crimes. So it's quite unfortunate. It's at the same time good because it shows that such people do not belong in the service. It's good that he actually resigned. He's no longer part of the blue uniform. But it's quite unfortunate. Like I said, millions are spent. When you look at the cost that it takes to train a Special Task Force member, each Special Task Force member, it costs more than $1 million to train them. So it's quite a loss for the SAPS. But it's good at the same time that we rid our organization of elements, corrupt and criminal elements that don't deserve to be.
Faka le video ngoba uBhekicele testify phambi kwe-ad hoc committee wakhuluma ngoMatlala ukuthi uMatlala wafika kuye nama-members awu-23 avela ku-Special Task Force. Esikuzwile ngaye mayikhuluma yena uMatlala sekazikhulumela ku-ad hoc committee wathi per member babhadala 100,000 of which lo mali abayitholi kuhulumeni. Ngicela uzwe la.
One thing that took me aback in the meeting of Zimbabwe is when I saw his protection guys. And I began to say that looks like there are faces I know here. What nearly made me fall down is when he told me that some of those guys, 23 of them, has recruited them from Special Task Force of the Army. I said to myself, what is this? He has taken 23 of the Special Task Force of the Army to
So
guard him.
they're even recruiting some of our best, highly trained officers.
Let's say I'm giving you the story that scared me. Why I'm scared of this story is because I've spoken to Nhlanhla earlier on and gave me the information that we have lost 56 members of the Special Task Force of Police to the taxi industry. 56. Now, I'm told that to train one member of the Special Task Force is 1.1 million to be all-rounder. One. We have lost 56 to the taxi industry. Maybe there where I threaten you of knowing. But I've got two issues here. That I can't have such a production to the private security. That's the first fear. The second fear is that looks like we're increasing the capabilities of the private security versus the state. Because I don't care how many you send, there will be a serious battle between 56 guys in the taxi industry with the 20 guys you send of the Special Task Force. So it is something that must be,
Ngobuzwe inono la ichaza ukuthi yashaqeka ukubona nokuzwa ukuthi lo muntu ugade 23 members of highly trained. They are highly trained labantu. Yingakho umzuleko Brigadier Lenda mathi ukuthi labantu they are highly trained abagcini ngokugada bagcina sebenziswa nemisebenzi le ephuma eceleni ngoba kuyaziwa iskill abanazo futhi okunye okwesikwaziyo bayayidinga imali ngakho ke lo mayikhiphi offer engcono bayakwazi ukuthatha lo msebenzi futhi ulula kubo ngoba batrainiwe into eyenzeka kalula kubo ngoba batrainiwe yena uKhethi Matlala mayezikhulumela yena ekhuluma no CIC Julius Malema embuza ukuthi ugadwa abantu abangaki ubathathaphi wachaza kanje.
Now in your detail of 14 security or personal protectors, how many are former task force members?
It's not task force, it's from the defense, it's special forces.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm asking about the task force, the police task force.
So task force is one.
It's one. And then the special forces?
I'll say maybe 8.
8.
Yeah.
Out of 14. So it's special forces, 8 plus 1 task force.
9.
That is paramilitary. It's not VIP protection to have such dangerous, the highest form of defense of the country in one unit. How much does that cost per month?
I was paying them 100,000 a month each.
Yeah. So what is your personal security detail budget per month? Because remember, it's food, it's petrol, it's convoy, it's hotels, it's all of that.
My budget is 2 million.
No, you said the security company makes 2 million. You can't budget 2 million. So the whole
Yes.
2 million, when it gets in, it
Yes.
goes to those people.
Yes, but I don't have one company.
Oh, so you source from different companies to
Yes.
maintain that lifestyle.
Yo, yazwa lo muntu lo ubanikeza 100,000 per member. Yini ke into abangayihlalela emaphoyiseni? Yini into abangayihlala ke bayihlalele kwi-SAPS noma ku-SNTF? Balabantu they are highly trained and ba dangerous. Can you imagine manje uKhethi uboshiwe? Benzani? Manje uKhethi uboshiwe. The bayi 14, 8 ngapha, 1 ngapha then bese kuba laba abanye abo 5. Le 9 nje yenzani? Ushuthi mangavela wena njengoba bengase mhlamba abasebenzi mhlamba abanye bayitholile imisebenzi. Kodwa nje asike sikucabange lokhu uma ungafika kubo no bukana uKhethi uboshiwe. Cela ningenzele nawo umsebenzi nje. So ninikeza imali engaka. Yingakho mhlambi inkabi ziphumelela ekubulaleni abantu. Ngoba labantu laba uma ubheka icele ethi 56 yabo bajoina i-taxi industry. Hayi ngeke uzoba khona ke abantu bama taxi. Yingakho iy'nkabi zimdubula umuntu noma ngathiwa ugadwe kangakanani. Angiyibambe le video kodwa bengikwazisa nje ukuthi amaphoyisa awenzile umsebenzi ambopha umuntu osolekayo. Information etholakele neshaqisayo ukuthi lo muntu is a former Special Task Force member. Okwenza ukuthi uma kubhekwa indlela adutshulwe ngayo uMarius van der Merwe imfanele ngoba kuthiwa udutshula imoto ihamba, ayizange ime le moto yamdubula. Umuntu ongakwazi ukwenza lokho umuntu highly trained. Asazi-ke sizobona ukuhamba kwesikhathi siza ukuthi icala lizohamba kanjani. Ngale kwalokho mina nawe sidibane kwividiyo elandelayo. Ngiyabonga.